All right, we're here with Olivia Ivings, who's an MFA student at Florida State University. Thanks for joining us today, Olivia. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Professor Miller?
I'm doing good. So tell us what an MFA program's like. What's it like to be in it, and what do you like about it?
All right. So I'm an MFA student at the University of Florida, and I have to say it is an amazing opportunity. Um, what is it like? Um, so it's like turning 3 novels a week and spending a lot of hours staring at your computer. Um, Lots of time reading, lots of time looking for inspiration in other places. Additionally, I'm a TA, so I spend a lot of time preparing lesson plans for my students.
Would you explain that TA, how that works, and does that mean that you're actually getting paid to go to school?
Yeah. Um, so one thing I would say to anybody who's considering going to grad school for the arts is don't do it unless somebody pays you to do it. So I, once again, attend the University of Florida and I'm on a graduate stipend. Um, and essentially what that means is they pay me to go to school, and in return, I teach English comp classes and beginning writing workshops for the university.
Okay. And I should apologize here. I got Florida State. It's Florida University of Florida that you're at.
Yeah, no,
You're
this is Gator
Gator.
country.
So you have to write a lot. What's your writing routine like? And is it helping your writing?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely helping my writing. And I would say, because of the professors that I'm surrounded by, and also the people in my cohort are really inspiring, always making me feel like I need to constantly be submitting my work, which makes me feel connected to my work, which means that I've really established a consistent writing practice. So 3 days a week for 2 hours at a time, I sit down with nothing but my computer and the internet, and I try and write. And additionally, um, I guess in addition to my writing practice for poetry, I'm also working on some scholarship involving womanist intellectual thought. So it's kind of a balance, but I would say throughout the week, I probably spend 15 plus hours writing.
That's fantastic. You must get a lot done.
Well, I don't get that much done. It's mostly just me like staring at my computer screen, feeling really frustrated because I don't feel like I have the right words, or I don't know what to do. But that's one of those things that I really learned at when I was at CSU is sometimes you just got to sit down and you have to try to do it. And whenever you feel like you can't write, you need to turn to the things that inspire you to write. Um, so sometimes during that 2 hour block, it's also me picking up a book that I always feel inspired when I read so that I think of something that I can write about, or reading scholarship or critical articles that might inspire me to read or go back and edit something.
Excellent. And so what was it like to get into the program, and what advice would you have for students who might be sort of looking in that direction that they should do to be ready for it?
Um, so what I would recommend doing if you're interested in getting into an MFA program is, first of all, when you're an undergraduate student, build connections with your professors because you're going to need letters of recommendation and you need to know what you want to do. After that, you need to start researching the programs you're interested in and you need to know why you're interested in them. Look up the work of the professors who teach there so you can see if they're doing things that are similar to what you want to do. And then you need to take the GRE, which is really expensive. So I would recommend buying a GRE prep book so that you can learn to take the exam and apply to however many schools you feel like you can afford to apply to. I know students who have applied to 15 to 20 programs. I personally only applied to 7 because of financial constraints. But what I will say is be choosy and be really intentional with what you're doing. And then the rest of the time is just perfecting your writing sample and your statement of purpose. And once again, getting in touch with your undergraduate professors to get those letters of recommendation in.
Great. And last question, what do you think you're going to do afterwards, and how is it setting you up for that?
Um,
Or are you even thinking about it? Maybe you're just thinking about writing and not worrying
oh,
about
I, so I'm always thinking about it because while poetry is incredibly fulfilling, I realize that it's not going to pay the bills. Realistically, I'm going to have to do other things. And something that I found from working at the University of Florida as a graduate teaching assistant is that I have a real passion for pedagogy and interacting with students. Um, So I'm slightly torn as to what I want to do. I feel really motivated to go into a PhD program to either get my PhD in rhetoric and composition or to get my DED in education so that I can either join a school board and try to affect change to the public school system, which is incredibly pitiful in the United States, I'm sure you know, or alternatively, I guess what like my big dream is would be to end up at a nice mid-sized school like CSU on the creative writing faculty. But I realize that the market's incredibly flooded, and so it's kind of a long shot. So I figure what I'll do is I'll chase these passions and go to the places that I can go and help the ways that I can and hope that I just kind of end up in the correct place or the right place. I don't know. I always think about Mr. Rogers, and his like his ideas really kind of guide my my pedagogical philosophy as well as what I'm doing. And his whole thing is meeting people where they are, loving people where they are. And I feel like if I can do that in a middle school classroom or in a college classroom or on a school board, then I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing.
Excellent, Olivia. You got some real good stuff going. A lot of energy, and it sounds like a great move you've made to go to University of Florida MFA program.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you move forward. And take care.
All right, bye.